Prepare for maximum impact. See mega chainsaws, beastly chippers, and industrial harvesters dominate. Witness unbelievable jaw-dropping machine force exclusively on Techbeast TV. Strap in for a high-octane spectacle, your ultimate adventure with giant machines. All right, let's kick things off with a bang. Feast your eyes on the Peterson 4700B horizontal grinder. This ain't your grandpa's wood chipper, folks. This is a 1,000+ horsepower beast painted in bold blue. Think of it as the incredible Hulk of wood waste. Watch that loader crane like a giant metal claw game prize arm, scooping up tangled messes of brush and logs like they're cotton candy and feeding the grinder's massive, hungry mouth. Inside, pure chaos. A huge rotor armed with unforgiving steel teeth and heavy-duty hammers spins at incredible speeds, absolutely pulverizing everything. We're talking branches thicker than my leg, whole logs, gone. It turns waste into valuable mulch or biomass fuel faster than you can say timber. That steady stream pouring onto the conveyor, that's the sweet side of efficiency, turning mountains into molehills, or rather into valuable wood chips. This machine is pure industrial might, capable of processing hundreds of tons per hour. It's not just grinding, it's declaring total war on wood waste. From sheer brute force, let's switch gears to something a bit more surgical, but no less impressive. Now meet the Rayco RG series stump grinder, maybe an RG55 or even an RG80. It might look like a souped-up lawnmower, but trust me, this thing is a little monster. Perfect for getting into tighter spots where the big boys can't roam. Guided by our skilled operator, that high-speed cutting wheel, studded with gnarly tungsten carbide teeth, tougher than a $2 steak, bites into that stubborn tree stump like a piranha. Sawdust flies like a blizzard in July as it sweeps back and forth, grinding away not just the visible stump, but digging deep below ground level to tackle those pesky roots. Think of it like dental work for the earth, removing the cavity left by the tree. Each pass chews away more wood, turning that solid obstacle into a neat pile of mulch. It's a precise, focused battle against nature's leftovers, clearing the way one stubborn stump at a time. Small package, big attitude. These machines often boast engines around 50 to 80 horsepower and can grind down 12 to 20 inches below grade, ensuring that stump is truly history. All right, stumps are gone, but what about turning those logs into something useful, like firewood for a cozy winter night? Let's see how the pros automate it. Get ready for a mechanical ballet of firewood production. This automated firewood processor is like a Rube Goldberg machine designed by lumberjacks, and it's awesome. It's a non-stop symphony of steel-turning logs into perfectly sized firewood with mind-blowing speed. Watch the rhythm. Logs roll into place. Whiz. A powerful chainsaw bar, often sporting a tough organ chain, drops down, slicing off a perfect round faster than a New York minute. But wait, there's more. Before that piece even knows what hit it, wham! A hefty hydraulic splitting ram, packing maybe 20 to 30 tons of force, slams forward, shattering the round into multiple pieces against a fixed wedge. 4-way, 6-way split. This machine doesn't care. The finished firewood tumbles onto the conveyor, ready for stacking and selling. It's a relentless, hypnotic cycle of cut-split convey, churning out cords of firewood while we just stand here talking. Prepare for total stump annihilation. Bolted onto the arm of that powerful excavator is the Dipper Fox Stump Crusher. And folks, this thing is downright vicious. Forget grinding. This is like a giant drill from hell designed specifically for stumps. See how that rotating head, armed with hardened steel blades or cutters, bores straight down into the heart of the stump. Okay, we've dealt with stumps and firewood. Let's get back to handling those massive logs right after they're felled. Check out this heavyweight champion in action. It's a massive cat excavator, probably a 300 series model, but instead of a bucket, it's rocking a specialized processing head. This attachment is the Swiss Army knife for loggers. Those powerful hydraulic grapple jaws clamp down on enormous logs with a grip that could crush a car. But the real magic trick? The integrated shear. Forget needing a separate machine. This thing slices cleanly through thick timber. We're talking logs, potentially over 20 inches in diameter. Like it's cutting a birthday cake. Snip! Just like that, logs are cut to manageable lengths right on the spot. Then watch the precision. The grapple arm, controlled with surprising finesse, deftly maneuvers these incredibly heavy sections, stacking them neatly like building blocks. It's a masterclass in logging efficiency, combining raw, brute strength, easily lifting several tons with calculated, controlled movements. Getting those logs cut and stacked is one thing. Getting them out of the deep woods, especially when Mother Nature throws a curveball, that's a whole different challenge. Welcome to the mosh pit of the forest. This rugged forestry forwarder, maybe a John Deere or Ponce, is earning its keep today. Deep in the harvested woods, it's battling terrain that would make a tank think twice. Loaded down with tons of freshly cut logs, a full payload could be 15 tons or more. This 8-wheeled beast claws its way through thick, unforgiving mud that looks like chocolate pudding gone wrong. Look at those massive articulated tires, probably equipped with tracks or chains, churning desperately for grip. You can almost hear the powerful diesel engine, likely putting out 200 to 300 horsepower, straining as it navigates the boggy ground and climbs over discarded branches and debris, known as slash. This is the gritty reality of logging, hauling valuable timber out of the absolute toughest conditions. Every single foot gained is a hard-won victory. Talk about needing good traction control. Will it make it? The tension is thicker than the mud. Once those logs finally make it out of the woods and arrive at the mill, the transformation process begins. First stop, the debarker. Now we're heading inside the sawmill for a noisy, aggressive, but absolutely crucial first step, the ring debarker. Think of it as a high-speed car wash, but way more violent and only for logs. Watch as this hefty log gets fed into the machine's powerful infeed rollers. Instantly, that high-speed rotating ring, armed with multiple sharp cutting tools or abrasive heads, snaps shut and goes to work. Back outside now, we've seen grinding, chipping, and debarking. But what if you need to turn massive piles of forest waste into chips right there on site? You call in the mobile artillery. Folks, feast your eyes on the Albach Silvator 2000. This self-propelled green Goliath is basically a wood chipper factory on wheels. Forget hauling waste to the chipper. This beast brings the chipper to the waste. Its powerful integrated crane arm with that serious-looking grapple reaches out like King Kong's hand, effortlessly grabbing huge bundles of slash, branches, and whole logs stacked nearby. That material disappears into the chipper's cavernous intake faster than free donuts at a police station. And seconds later, boom! A massive plume of uniform wood chips erupts from the adjustable discharge chute, blasting directly into the waiting transport truck or container. This machine is all about insane throughput, capable of producing well over 300 cubic meters of chips per hour, powered by engines packing 700 horsepower or more. It devours wood waste with relentless speed, turning entire forests of debris into valuable biomass fuel right before our eyes. An absolute monster of mobile efficiency. We've seen some incredible solo acts, but sometimes teamwork makes the dream work, especially when dealing with hefty logs for firewood. All right, check out this dynamic duo. We've got a rugged Samsung-wheeled excavator, looks like maybe an MX-3W model, known for being pretty nimble, doing the heavy lifting. Its grapple attachment delicately maneuvers these chunky logs, feeding the beast next to it. And that green machine? That's a serious firewood processor, likely getting its juice from the power takeoff, or PTO, of that nearby John Deere tractor. Talk about a tag team. See the precision? The excavator operator drops log sections perfectly onto the processor's in-feed deck. Any second now. Zast! That heavy-duty Oregon chainsaw bar slices through like a hot knife through butter. Then comes the muscle. Thump. The hydraulic splitter ram, probably packing 25 tons of force or more, fractures those rounds into perfect firewood pieces. This isn't your weekend warrior setup. This is efficient, high-volume wood production where smart machine pairing maximizes output. You can almost feel the power. From slicing and splitting to, well, just utterly demolishing. Let's look at shredding on an industrial scale. Brace yourselves, folks, because we're peering into the belly of the beast, an industrial wood shredder. Forget those neat little chips we saw earlier. This machine is all about brute force and maximum volume reduction. Think of it as the garbage disposal's angrier, bigger brother. Look down into that hopper at those massive interlocking steel teeth mounted on slow-speed, high-torque shafts. These things rotate with relentless power, grabbing anything thrown in. Big logs, awkward stumps, pallets, you name it, and just tearing it apart. There's zero finesse here, just pure, unstoppable grinding muscle designed to chew through tons of wood waste per hour. The hopper just swallows load after load, reducing bulky timber into a coarse, shredded material perfect for biomass boilers or secondary processing. It's a mechanical monster, a true demolition expert, relentlessly consuming everything in its path. You can practically feel the ground vibrate. Shredding is cool, but sometimes you need speed and agility, especially when loading logs. Ever seen a three-wheeler handle timber? Oui. Now here's something you don't see every day. The Bell 2 25 logger. Check out this unique three-wheeled wonder, purpose-built for the rough and tumble world of the log yard. Forget four wheels. This design gives it incredible maneuverability, letting it pivot and zip around obstacles like a shopping cart gone wild, but way more powerful. Watch its hydraulic grapple arm extend, snatching multiple logs, easily lifting loads of several thousand pounds with surprising accuracy, and then effortlessly swinging them onto the waiting logging truck. This machine is engineered for one thing: speed and efficiency in loading. Minimizing cycle times means maximizing payloads and getting those trucks back on the road faster. It practically dances around the log piles, a specialized workhorse proving why three wheels can be better than four in the right environment. Kinda reminds me of those Reliant Robins from British TV, but way cooler and less likely to tip over. Hopefully. From the yard back into the woods, how do they get those trees down in the first place, especially on tricky terrain? Deep in the forest, it's time for the heavy hitters. Meet the tracked feller buncher. Could be another bell machine, or maybe a tiger cat or deer. Those tracks give it incredible stability on steep slopes and uneven ground where wheeled machines might struggle. Its main weapon? That formidable cutting head, usually armed with a high-speed disc, saw that spins faster than a politician's promises. Watch the operator carefully position the head at the base of a big old tree. Zing! With a surge of hydraulic power, the saw slices through that trunk, sometimes 2 feet thick or more, in mere seconds. But here's the clever part. It doesn't just cut and drop. Integrated grapple arms securely hold the felled tree, controlling its fall and allowing the machine to lift it, swing it around, and bunch it together with others. This makes it super efficient for the next machine, the skidder, to grab them. It's a one-machine timber harvesting solution, combining brute cutting power with surprisingly nimble handling. Felling big trees is one thing, but what about clearing out all that dense underbrush and smaller stuff? Time for some mulching madness. Get ready for a vegetation smackdown. Here comes a compact but ferocious Kubota track skid steer, maybe an SVL 97, armed with a truly fearsome Blue Diamond forestry mulcher attachment. Forget mowing the lawn. This is like putting a piranha swarm on a spinning drum. Watch it dive headfirst into dense brush, thickets, and small trees. That rapidly spinning drum, loaded with hardened steel or carbide teeth, absolutely obliterates everything in its path. Leaves, branches, small trunks. They're instantly shredded into a fine mulch layer that gets returned right back to the soil. It clears land with incredible speed. The tracked undercarriage gives it awesome traction and low ground pressure, letting it work on soft or rough terrain without getting stuck. It's a land-clearing demon, aggressively taking back overgrown areas and leaving a clean slate. Talk about making short work of a big mess. These mulchers need serious hydraulic flow, often over 30 gallons per minute, to run effectively. Sometimes it's not about mulching, it's just about brute force pathfinding through incredibly dense growth. Anyway, now we're pushing into the really thick stuff. This looks like a compact track machine. Could be a small bulldozer like a Cat D3, or maybe a dedicated forestry skidder tackling this wall of stubborn bamboo. Check out the heavy-duty blade and the protective caging around the operator. Safety first when you're wrestling with nature. It pushes relentlessly forward, engine straining, tracks digging in for maximum traction. This isn't about speed, it's about pure, persistent force, carving a path where nothing else could go. Hear that bamboo crack and pop? It's shoving aside those dense, fibrous stalks, inch by painstaking inch. That winch on the back also tells us it's likely used for pulling logs, skidding. But right now, its mission is pure jungle busting. It's a gritty display of rugged determination, proving that sometimes you just gotta put your head down and push. All right, let's head back to the big leagues of recycling and grinding. This next setup is pure industrial muscle. Welcome back to the main event of wood waste recycling. This is a high-volume grinding operation firing on all cylinders. Dominating the scene is that powerful Prentice 384 knuckle boom loader perched conveniently on its own trailer. Its massive grapple, like a mechanical claw, snatches up huge chunks of wood debris, old pallets, and log sections with ridiculous ease. And where's it all going? Straight into the insatiable mouth of the Bandit Model 4680 Beast Recycler. This tracked horizontal grinder is legendary for its sheer throughput, capable of chewing through hundreds of cubic yards per hour. Watch the loader operator skillfully feed the beast's wide infeed conveyor. We saw tracked feller bunchers earlier. Now let's check out their wheeled cousins, offering a different kind of agility in the forest. Back in the woods, let's look at the unique talents of a bell-wheeled feller buncher. Unlike its tracked brethren we saw earlier, this three-wheeled machine is all about agility and speed on the right terrain. Check out that zero-turn capability. It can practically pivot on a dime, making it perfect for selectively thinning forests or working around obstacles. See how easily it navigates between standing trees? Its cutting head reaches out, grabs the tree, zip, the saw does its work, and then it swings the felled tree around, laying it down neatly for the skidder. Notice the chains on those large drive wheels? That's for extra grip on the forest floor. It combines cutting and bunching into one fluid, efficient motion. It's a specialized design, a different approach to harvesting that excels in specific conditions, showcasing remarkable maneuverability and speed. Pretty cool seeing this three-legged logger dance through the trees. Sometimes you encounter logs that are just epic. Too big for normal processors, too dense for standard splitters. What then? You bring in the big guns. Prepare for some serious pressure. Look at the size of this log section being carefully hoisted by a crane onto this absolute monster of a log splitter. Forget the kind you rent from the hardware store. This is a custom-built, heavy-duty beast designed for pure hydraulic domination. Check out the sheer scale of that hydraulic ram. It looks like it belongs on a battleship. And that splitting wedge? It's likely a multi-way design, maybe a 4-way, 6-way, or even more, built incredibly robustly. The operator hits the remote, and that powerful ram advances with unstoppable force, pushing the huge log against the sharpened steel wedge. You can hear the wood groaning, fibers tearing under immense pressure, potentially 50 or even 100 tons of force, and then crack. It shatters into multiple, manageable pieces in one incredibly satisfying stroke. This machine conquers the gnarliest, most stubborn logs that nature can throw at it. Pure, unadulterated power. Let's get one more close-up look at that land-clearing mulching action. It's just too cool not to watch again. Okay, let's zoom in for the nitty-gritty of mulching. We're back with a compact track loader, specifically an ASV RT120 forestry model. A real powerhouse in a smaller frame, boasting around 120 horsepower. And attached is that high-performance mulching head. See the danger stay back warning? They mean it. That rapidly rotating drum, bristling with menacing carbide teeth, is designed to absolutely vaporize vegetation on contact. Watch it tear into dense undergrowth and small trees like a hot knife through butter, turning everything into a fine layer of mulch in a whirlwind of controlled destruction. The powerful hydraulics of the ASV drive that head relentlessly, while the unique PosiTrack undercarriage provides awesome traction and stability, even on slopes. This setup is purpose-built for efficiently clearing large areas, transforming overgrown jungles into usable land in no time. It's devastatingly effective. We've seen dedicated chippers, but what if you combine that power with the versatility of a massive tractor? Check out this incredible piece of German engineering. It's a high-capacity wood chipper mounted directly onto a powerhouse class Usarian tractor base. Think 400 to 500 horsepower, and 4 equal-size wheels for awesome traction and maneuverability. This creates a fully mobile, self-contained chipping unit that can go almost anywhere. The dedicated crane arm, likely with a reach of over 30 feet, skillfully grabs entire trees and large bundles of branches, feeding them directly into the chipper's hungry intake. Inside, a massive flywheel and cutting knives slice and dice the wood at blinding speed. Seconds later, a high-velocity jet stream of uniform wood chips blasts out through the adjustable chute, easily filling trucks or containers. This machine brings industrial-scale chipping deep into the forest, processing timber right on site with staggering efficiency and power. It's the ultimate mobile solution for turning timber into chips, tackling huge jobs with ease. What a beast. Wow. From grinding giants to nimble ninjas of the forest, we've seen some truly awesome displays of wood processing power today on Techbeast TV. It's incredible how human ingenuity creates machines that can tame timber and transform waste into valuable resources. Thanks so much for tuning in and sharing the excitement with us. If you love seeing these mechanical marvels as much as we did, do us a solid and hit that subscribe button below. It helps us keep bringing you more epic machine videos. Until next time, stay curious and keep celebrating the beasts of technology.